Tough sport. That's a tough sport. So let's see what I got wrong. Matchups. Jordan Love versus Pressure Lux. I thought we did a really good job identifying stuff. I think at the quarterback position, buying time. I don't think they had a sack. A lot of that has to do with the way we play offense. A lot of that has to do with, I think our offensive line did a great job and it kind of forced them into the bowl. When you force them into the bowl, it's a slow death, and he got rid of the ball. He bought some time as well. There were some opportunities, certainly when we saw the secondary rock and roll. Like he tried to take advantage of that one-on-one we showed at the early in the game when they dropped that backside safety into the hole. So he definitely took those chances. Did we convert on a lot of them? I think we converted a lot more on some stuff where guys are falling down. But mistakes, when I guess you say it this way, for the most part, when mistakes were made, Jordan Love found them and exploited them, and you got to be happy with that. Packers defensive play callers versus the Niners motion. Because these guys move so much, and I have in here because of Debo, you need to sort out what position is what, make adjustments on the move. I think you I don't know if you ace the test, but if you're looking at the stats here, they have 24 rushes, 115 yards, 24 for 115. So what's that? Just under 5 yards a carry, so 4.5 yards a carry. So, I mean, in this, to be honest with you, in this kind of game, and you have that one big breakout with a 39-yard run, I think in this kind of game, you probably look at that and you don't feel terrible about it, aside from the 39-yard touchdown. I think you feel pretty good about the way you played the run game, and again, Debo's a big part of that, but I think we adjusted to the motion well. Purdy's numbers are 23 for 39, 252, a touchdown. Like those, he's a good player with a good team who had a good day, right? A lot, some yards after catch. I mean, all of that. But man, he's a really, really good football player. If it's good weather in San Francisco this week, I mean, you tell me they're not getting in the 30s and against that Detroit Lions passing defense, you're crazy. If they're not in the 30s this week, I would be shocked against that Detroit Lions team that honestly Baker Mayfield just carved up a little bit. Trenches. This is the battle of the third one. Trenches. Playoffs, linemen win you games. I thought, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say that the San Francisco 49ers defensive line is so good, and they did such a good job, and they're great. But I think for given what you have in our system and our scheme and Aaron Jones, like you neutralize them with the offensive line. They did a really nice job. I think defensively, listen, I don't think number 2 happens without the D-line playing as well as they did and winning those one-on-one matchups, especially against the right side of their offensive line. Have to be happy with that. Have to be happy with the way our linebackers played at the line of scrimmage. Obviously there's always plays that you want back, but I'm just thinking in the totality of the game, I think you have to be pretty satisfied with the job that those guys did, at least as a proxy for what you're looking at moving forward. Keys to victory, you take away the middle of the field. Yeah. He made some unbelievable throws to between the hash marks. He made some unbelievable throws in between the hash marks, and we missed some tackles that led into just outside the hash, just coming inside out, that led to a lot of yards after contact. Talked about Riley tackling the ball and checkdowns. Like, I think there was too many of those plays that they got 10 yards when they only needed to get 2. We have to continue to improve on that. Collapse the pocket. We did that. We just talked about it. We'll go to a new other. I think Kenny Clark, Sean, I think all those guys played really well. And then make this another Aaron Jones game. We said the 20 carry 100 plus. He only had 18. He had 100. I think he had 108 or 118 yards. So he got his yards on his carries. You always want him to see. Like for me, it's like give him more carries. Give him more and more and more and more and more. Especially the situation that we had with in this football game. And they did you think about the way the Packers start off. So long drive, should have had the turnover after that. And then they get the ball back, long drive again. And you're just thinking like, man, this again, the stars were aligned. The stars were aligned for this game. The Debo injury, the way the first quarter played out as far as time of possession, the score at halftime, just heading into the fourth quarter, you just think this is your game. And Great game plan again from Matt LaFleur and the staff. Good execution. Just in the playoff, your big time players made big time plays. They just right now roster wise have more big time players who made big time plays. I mean, that's just, I think at the end of it, you just got to go. Niners are the real deal. The only thing, if I was a Niners guy, I'd go, where's my cleat guy? Like, why don't we have a cleat guy? The Packers had the cleat thing figured out, and our guys are slipping all over the field. I don't understand how that works at all. So, we talk about the entire season. I'll see if I can get some listener questions in before I go here. What am I doing here? All right, let's see if I got anything. Let's see if my internet works. Well, yeah, I think all the questions are going to be about the same thing. What do you think about the offseason? Let's get into the offseason let's enjoy it. Let's just appreciate right now. This team really came together the last couple of weeks of the season. They're playing against, quite frankly, one of the better rosters in the National Football League. They almost won that game. I felt like they could have won that game. I felt like they probably should have won that game, and they probably feel like they should have won the game. But Christian McCaffrey makes a big play. George Kittle makes a couple big plays as far as runs after catch. Brock Purdy puts the ball in the right places, makes some huge throws on third down. Their stars beat our stars. That doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. But like we said in the beginning of the week, this is hopefully a look at Green Bay. I think it's hopefully you're looking into the future. What does your future look like? And certainly with the Niners and all the talent they have, the skill positions, the way they've built that game plan and the team around having that all pro at left tackle. It's really like the run game all pro maybe more than anything else, but having that position that can kind of take away that entire side of the line. Then having those two unicorns and Juszczyk and Kittle, like they've really done a good job of hiding what I would say some deficiencies at some other positions across that offensive line. And if you just think about and template that, I was just talking to one of my guys, that's something where if the Green Bay Packers can continue to develop Zach Tom, Rasheed Walker, if he's going to be the guy, continue to develop at the center position, at the right guard position, then you don't have any weaknesses. I think it's huge right now that you've gotten so much experience from so many young players at the tight end position, at the wide receiver position. I think that couldn't be a better way for this team to have played out this season, knowing that they weren't going to win a Super Bowl anyways, but just getting key players, a lot of time in key positions. And so, as you look forward to next offseason, I think we'll probably start, answering some of those questions as we move forward. But again, got to feel really good about the play of the offensive and defensive lines, the play of those skill position receivers. I think the resurgence of Jair over the last couple of weeks. I think you have an answer at one of the safeties with Jonathan Owens. I mean, he's going to be on the team next year. In what capacity, I'm not sure. I liked him in Houston. I like him here. You have some guys coming back from injury. I mean, there's some questions around the defense. I think there just has to be some questions around the defense. I think everybody's got to feel really good about the offense. Maybe there's some positions here or there, but you got to feel really good about everything you're looking at when you look at the offense. And it's going to be just mission critical that these guys attack this offseason, attack the way that they approach physical development, technical development, getting away from the game from a while, listening to some new voices, some new mentors, some new learners, some new teachers, as far as what can I pick up, and, making the most out of the opportunity that they have in front of them, because this future is bright for this team for sure. I don't know what the future looks like for the show because the season's over, and I'm going to turn this thing. I think we're going to turn this thing into a block party exclusively. We'll see how that goes, but thank you for listening for the whole year. We'll probably do a couple more, but I'm not sure what's going to look like. Hit me up on Twitter, Mike Wall68. I'll let you know. Yeah.